Oh my gosh!
We are live. What up, everybody? Nobody's
Hey,
here yet,
good
but
evening,
everybody.
all. Have I ever told you how much I love your starting soon screen?
We are live. What up, everybody? Nobody's
Hey,
here yet,
good
but
evening,
everybody.
all.
This will be a really interesting match.
Have I ever told you how much I love your starting soon screen?
What was that?
You talking to me?
Oh yeah, my bad. I had the stream unmuted, and then I heard you say something, and you were really quiet because it was low.
Oh, got you. I said, have I ever told you how much I love your starting soon screen?
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, I think it's
So,
sweet.
a little some I found online. I wanted something to be original. What up,
Yeah.
Jacky?
What is going on? Speaking of the competitors,
Competitor. Bro slid in last minute. Should be our
he
last
did.
Our last sub, unless Hit Hack for some reason can't play. We got the bracket in there.
Let's go. Yeah, Jackie snuck in like a little ninja, man.
Little ninja. So he
Whoosh.
definitely
Coming
deserved it.
in.
He was in the
I
previous
have
tournament.
lost to Jackie many times, and so
Oh yeah,
I can agree with that.
well deserved. Let's see if either of them are be live. Not seeing anything yet. I think Borba said he's going to be streaming on God's account. I guess that used to be Borba's YouTube, and then he gave it to God.
Okay. All right, let me make sure I find people here.
Either way, as long as we can get this stream up on YouTube. I
Yeah.
mean, if worst comes to worst, we could do it on Discord. It's just I really like it when they're lined up perfectly together.
Oh, totally agree. Understood. I'm more so we're watching their streams because everything's on like different delays and stuff, so
Yeah.
want to make sure we're looking at the same thing.
Sub numbers. Jacky about to cook.
Look
Hey,
at that.
I hope so, bro.
One through infinity, bruh. Good to see you.
Alright. Yeah, Jacky did a test stream earlier and it looked really good, so I feel good about Jacky's. So hopefully Borba gets his figured out.
Yeah, what's going on, Zuzu? Good to see you.
Zuzu.
Try not to play bad. Jackie's version of bad is like my average day.
That is not the right thing.
Go. A oh, we got the waving
Full
words.
screen it. All right, until they go live, we'll have this up. Looks like Jacky's live.
Is he? Oh, yeah.
Just waiting on He God. Got a pretty elite bracket here.
It's pretty wild. Pretty wild.
You got any early predictions? What you think finals is gonna be?
Ooh. No, I need to see more. I'm not ready to
Yeah,
make those calls yet. We need to
already.
see some more here.
I think Seeking's been on a heater.
He looked very strong today.
Yeah, he did.
He looked very strong. He definitely had a couple of rounds that, some of these opponents out here, right? Everyone believes they have a chance to win and they're going to push their best to do it. So, there might have been some rounds where you look at that and you go, okay, you do that against me, you might give me a shot, but he looked really strong.
Yep. I think he's got a really good
Maybe not give me a
graphic
shot. It's I got to take
advantage.
advantage of those, right? I got to make sure I'm locked in if I'm facing someone who's on that kind of roll.
Exactly. Yeah, he's I think he's a scary opponent on the top side of that bracket. In my opinion, up
Hmm.
top, I think I'm expecting three names on the top of the bracket. One of the three. It wouldn't shock me if any other three. Any other I think would be a little bit maybe of an upset. So I'm thinking Stone, based off of
Hmm.
his roster size and how well he played against Pepe. Like I think he's a
Hmm.
scary matchup. Then of course Seeking. We just talked about Seeking, and then Andrew. Man, I think Andrew's gonna. I think potentially whoever wins that Andrew Seeking matchup, if Andrew beats Negan, then
Hmm.
I think that might be our finals.
I can see that.
Bottom of the bracket, it's hard to go against Barrow. Oh, we forgot to update this. This is not the right. Do this on stream,
It is pretty tough.
not Legacy.
It looks like Steelers back, so that might still be an option.
Sweet. Let's go back to the bracket. Full screen again.
1, 2, 3 says seeking versus Doppel finals.
Doppel, yeah. I mean, yeah. Doppel had beat numbers, so that's a reasonable guess.
Go from there.
I think we're looking at the
Everyone is
bottom of the
so scary in
bracket.
this tourney. Couldn't agree more, Stone.
I think Barrow or Steeler are kind of my two I'm expecting out of the bottom of the bracket. Of course, anything can happen though.
Yeah, that's fair. Anything can happen. Steeler, I've met him once this season,
Yeah,
and
bro, his
it,
roster is terrifying.
the roster, and it was one of those times I felt a little bit like when I played Pepe, whereas like I came out with good fights and I just got rolled.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
just got rolled. He was so fast. His scores were so high.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Everyone's so scary this tourney at the regular though, so we'll see if
yeah,
I can avoid that. Yeah, the thing is like if we're catching Stone on a good day, I don't know who's gonna beat him
yeah.
on that side of the bracket.
No,
But
I totally agree with that.
all right,
Totally agree with that. That you want to talk about scary rosters?
I would love to. I think a really fun finals would be uh what's it called? Stone versus Steeler in finals. I think
Yeah,
that would be a really
just
even
go with
matchup roster
the
wise.
big deck finals.
Exactly. I'm glad that yeah, I saw that, Jacky. We're waiting on Borba. Appreciate it.
Let us go, Borba.
All right, let's
Oh,
at least get Jacky.
I think we might be there. Let's go.
Borba live?
The anticipation is brewing. Looks to me like Borba's live.
Okay, sweet.
Getting my PC set up to see all the things.
There we
Ooh,
go. Jacky's looking
it's
good.
getting spicier, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting spicier.
Yeah, it looks like Borba. That's weird.
Stone and the internet hit. That's fair. Oh man. And the internet's been getting us all for sure, but I feel like the error bug is up this season. Maybe I'm crazy, but the error
Yeah,
bug has felt rough this season.
it's been very noticeably, I think you're right, up as well. Okay, Borba should have the higher seed.
Ooh, here we go. Here we go.
Pop over here.
Oh, Kurd coming in picking sides with the hashtag Team Jacky. Nothing against Borba, but I am Team Jacky. Kudos to you, Kurd Bros. We here in the booth are objective. We're rooting for a good match. We want them all to go 7, down to the very end. Top tier gameplay. Good entertainment. That's what we're here for.
That is indeed what we are here for. We just want a good, enjoyable, close final.
Yes. We want to
Final
see some
result, I should
spicy
say.
meatballs. To borrow some of our Dreadler friends' terms, we want to see some sketchy meatballs.
Exactly. All right. Chat popped out here. Like they're both ready on each end.
Ooh, let's go.
You know what I haven't been doing, and I should have been doing this whole time. Let's start polls during these matches.
Oh, that's a great call.
Do a little prediction.
All right, here we go.
He said, "Damn, not the bull."
Two C4 players
Yeah, they're both in
going
C4
at
right
it.
now.
Yeah. Season 28 Titans. Let's go. Some last
Couple of
minute deck
chefs.
checks. Couple of
Yeah,
chefs for real.
these two are two fill-ins as well. So let's see if they can
Ooh,
show why they should have been on the list this season.
let's go.
All right, so it looks like. Oh, I was a little bit behind there. Okay, looks like Borba is quite a bit ahead of Jacky. I'm gonna pause Borba's stream. Oop, okay, I have to. Yeah, it's like a 15-second delay on Jacky's side.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a great time to be alive. Let's go.
Is indeed.
Good call.
Okay, I think we
All
got it
right.
pretty much on
Yeah,
point
looks like
now.
we're lined up. Bands are in.
The bands are in. All right, so we got Borba's bands as Okoye, Yelena, and Count Nefaria. Interesting band there. The end.
I
And
agree.
then we got Jacky's bands as Shothra, Dark Phoenix, and Zola. Kind of expected bands there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Those are three good bands.
Yeah. We're seeing Serpent on both sides here, and without a counter for either of them. Borba's going to go ahead and grab the Photon and the Bullseye. And I'm thinking we're going to see Tigra. Yep, Tigra out of Jacky here.
Hmm.
So Bullseye is going to be a problem, honestly, on both sides. Yeah, still no Serpent counter for Borba. We might see a reroll here. Or potentially Crossbones, and he'll just... Oh, okay. Looks like going to go Warlock. Maybe that'll be his Bullseye counter.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, we got
Not
Jacky placing
optimal, but you can work
first.
with it.
We got the Bullseye thrown down. And realistically, Jacky has options. I think a little bit better options for just about everything. I think he's probably going to go for Onslaught here. Oh, he's going Fam. Interesting choice. Okay, I think he feels pretty good
Yeah, that works.
about what Borba's got on the other end. We're either going to see Starkey or Warlock here. Okay, Starkey. This fight can go really wrong in this meta because he can't stun. So let's see how Borba does this fight. Jacky's getting some really good intercepts off rip.
Mhm. I mean, Borba's just building, doing the thing.
Playing it perfectly right now. Jacky gets a little regen going. Yeah, Borba's building it up. That is a low sig fam. Well, so got to consider that in
Hmm.
this matchup. Yeah, Borba's fully built up, so he's trying to get that intercept here. And he does. He gets the intercept off. Big. Ooh, Jacky's taking a lot of damage here.
Yeah, stuck in the corner is a tough place to be.
Yeah, he really wants him to throw that special too. He gets hit by the heavy. But like I said, anything can happen in this matchup with Starkey here. It is looking fairly good though for Borba. Nice, he gets the power drain.
Yep.
So if he gets one more quick intercept, this fight should be over. If he baits a heavy out here, just can't get hit is the biggest thing. Nice, baits the heavy out. That should do it. Medium, medium. Oh, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, just he's down. All right, big first round out of Borba there. Fam was an interesting decision. I was kind of expecting him to do something else. Should be getting him down right here though. Too little, too late though for Jacky.
Yeah.
Jacky on that 30-second delay. Yeah, I don't know what app he's using. Oh, he's using that Stream Champ app. Yeah, so maybe he accidentally had a delay on. Either way, it's all good. All right, let's see who Borba places here. We might be seeing Photon. Photon or Thanos here, honestly. Okay, there's a Thanos, so that should bait out the Starkey.
Yep.
Yep, then we got
Yep, there it is.
the Onslaught. So now this is where we definitely see the advantage in the draft out of Jacky here. He's got to win this round though, so he's got to Starkey this really well. He has options for next round, better options than Borba has. So Starkey, he works pretty well against Thanos in this matchup, and Onslaught, Prowler does work well for Onslaught, but if you get a bad AI, per usual with Onslaught, it's no fun. It is a rank 4 Prowler here though, so I'm curious to see how this goes.
Yeah, going through good Starkey damage. Prowler versus Onslaught's an interesting one. Always a tough matchup for me.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that matchup. As we already see, he's lost a fair amount of health. He's getting it back
Yeah.
by getting hit by that first hit of the SP1 to get a debuff on him, but you can't get that incinerate.
Ooh.
Doing some big damage here. Nice, but Jacky's playing his fight really perfectly over there.
Yeah. Very clean.
Very, very clean fights out of Jacky right now. Oh, and yet Borba gets hit. I didn't see exactly what happened there, but he got hit by that full SP1. Unless something really
Yep.
bad happens with Jacky, we should be seeing a round win. Okay, he goes for the SP1. Definitely not as fast as Jacky would like it, I'm sure, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's just playing it really, really safe here. So,
Which when you know you got that metal champ versus Onslaught, you can afford to do it.
exactly. Yeah, he was looking at least at about 10% health loss there, and that's a good fight, with Prowler. So now we're seeing a major advantage here in the draft, where
Yep.
Borba did not get a serpent counter, a straight up serpent counter. Not to say photon can't work for him, but it's not great. I do wonder if maybe Borba goes for Warlock on defense here. See what he does. That is a 6-star Tiger though, so it's not like that's a gimme. Yep, we
That's
do see
fair.
Warlock.
That's a fair point. He does go with the Warlock.
And then we'll see Photon versus Serpent. Warlock, Titanium
Oh,
versus
tough
Warlock
match.
could go bad. Like there's a possibilities there for that match to go bad. He really needs to play around those infection charges. But on the other end, I mean, even the perfect fight with Photon, it's not going to be very easy at all.
Yeah.
He's got to bait this SP2 before he gets infected. Great, great play so far out of Jacky. You really don't want to be getting power drained here. He needs to be careful with this. He's just going to back off. I think he's going to let that infection drop off
That's
and just
smart
play safe.
play.
Oh, no, he's not going to wait for the infection, but he is going to play it pretty safe here. Probably going to hold block here. Bait out a heavy. Oh, man. Warlock is playing aggressive right now.
Yeah, he
He
is.
waits out the entire infection, though, which is huge. Oh, he gets hit. Oh, but on the other end, man, I didn't even see. Borba is struggling over there, but
Yeah.
oh, yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
This is not the fight that Jacky was looking for at all, but it really doesn't matter based on what Borba just had to deal with there. I don't know. Did you catch that? Truth? Do you see what happened there?
I did not catch exactly what happened. I was watching the dance in the corner.
Yeah, me too. A little bit more interesting on the left
Let's
side.
take a quick look.
Oh man, that infection just did Jacky dirty. So this
Yeah, it
is
got
exactly
rough.
why we saw Borba place Warlock, because things can go wrong. More so than Tigra, I think, could go wrong versus Serpent.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, we got Jacky with a 1-0. Looking at the poll right now, we got 23 votes. We got Borba with a slight lead over Jacky, 52 to 48%. I do think this is a pretty even matchup here.
If that first round was any testament, it certainly was close.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm,
All right. Let's see if they keep the same bands here. Jacky's quickly sticking with the same bands. We might see a little switch up from Borba here, though. So he bans that rank 4 Nefaria, and then he gets rid of
Yep.
the Okoye and the Yelena. Man, having that Yelena in your deck is a game changer.
Yeah, it really seems to be in the current game.
Yep, where things are at right now.
The way she's at, when you see people grinding for a 6 star, it's been a while since we've seen that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people grinding for her as a 6 star. All right, looking at the draft here, we got Borba. He gets the Serpent, and he also has Bullseye. Oh, no Serpent there. Switches off the Serpent. So he still has Bullseye. Both of them are going to get Bullseye here. Neither of them have great counters. Borba arguably has the best counter with Kushala out of this, but then he goes ahead and gets that Starkey, which is huge.
Yeah, big
And
clutch pull at the end.
yeah,
Man, that last round will get you.
that was huge. And Jacky gets his counter as well. And he doesn't really want to go for that Serpent there because Borba does have the Kushala. Now Starkey is a little bit more sketchy in this meta, so I think that's a pretty close matchup. If we're gonna have a double bullseye here, let's see if we do. Yeah, we
Yeah,
do.
especially with it being a rank 4 onslaught.
Exactly.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
So okay, we're gonna see the Starkey here. So if Borba loses this round, he doesn't really have anybody for Photon.
Ooh, that's a good point.
This is a huge round.
He's very comfortable with this fight, it looks like. How the way he did it the first time. Oh, and as I say that.
Let's see. Nice. Yeah, Jacky's or Borba's looking really good in this fight. He does look very comfortable. But then yeah, there we go. Jacky does get hit
Hmm.
with the stun there. Oh, but Borba gets hit as well.
Hmm.
Oh man. Oh, this
The
is
lights
it's
have not felt great since,
yeah.
I don't know, the last week or so, and that was definitely one of those.
Yep. Yeah, so Jacky's looking like he's in. Yep, Jacky has this round.
Hey, what's up, Snake, by the way? What's up, Tommy? Good to see you guys. Sorry. Been caught up in the action here.
What up, boys? Yeah, so that right there is exactly
Yeah.
why that Starkey fight is just not a gimme in this meta.
Yeah, no, it's very fair. And now, you know, you got a photon there.
Yeah, that
I
Photon, I'm not
mean,
too sure. I mean, he's gonna have to use Thanos there. It is a rank
probably
3 Photon, to
given
be
that
fair.
he's got two mutant mystics on the other side. Makes some sense.
Yep. And Jacky has a. Okay, so Jacky's gonna go with the Atuma for this first round. I think anybody that Borba throws down here will get hooded. Unless he goes for Photon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just gonna go for sheer speed.
Yep. Going for that speed, hoping that Jacky messes up with Crossbones. If you get a bad
Yeah.
Photon AI with Crossbones, it can definitely happen.
And exactly. Yeah.
All right, Borba's getting really. Oh, he was getting really good luck with the Thorns damage, but now he's starting to take a little bit more. This rank 4
Hmm.
Atuma, man, that hurts. Oh, I did not see what happened with Jacky, but
Yeah, it was exactly what you're talking about.
he took some hits.
Yeah. Sketchy photon AI. Oh,
Yep. And okay. Luckily
those
for
sneaky
Jacky,
lights.
this was
Sneaky
somewhat of a throw
lights.
around still.
That's true. He's got that lovely photon sitting over there.
Exactly.
Anti cook off. Well said, bro.
This is not the fight that Jacky was looking for whatsoever. This
Mhm.
might affect future rounds too. Because Borba could be looking at this fight and being like, okay, he's struggled in that fight, and he might consider that down the road.
Mm.
But it's still looking like it's fairly in Jacky's favor. I think he's just gonna go ahead with the Juggernaut against either defender. We're probably gonna see Prowler on defense here. out of Borba. Oh, he's gonna go for Thanos.
Yeah, a little
Wow.
surprising for sure.
You know,
That the speed with which that round was decided was amazing.
it really was.
Everything just everyone had their decisions made. They knew exactly what they were looking to do.
Yep. So he's gonna get this heavy off rip. Looking at the screen
Oh
here.
no.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Jacky does get hit with that little bit of that SP1. Yeah, Truth's a little bit ahead of me right now, so we're trying to time it all. Oh, Jacky pushes to the SP2. Let's see if he gets the SP2 Dex. Very nice out of Jacky. Oh yeah, Prowler. It wasn't expected to be a very good or easy matchup, but he takes that. It looks like a SP2 there.
Yeah.
Yep. So Jacky really just needs to play this fight safe. He keeps getting hit by the first hit of the SP1, but he's unstoppable, so it's okay.
Again, Jackie's just, low and slow,
Yep.
taking it easy, making sure he's being smooth and not making any mistakes.
Yep. No point in rushing this fight at all for Jacky. He's
No,
playing it really safe, which is a smart thing to do.
absolutely.
Yep. He could have thrown that SP2 there, but he just decided not to. And that's going to be the fight.
Yep.
All right, we got Jacky up 2-0.
Yeah.
Last minute sub in, coming in hot.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to end this poll because it's going to start shifting a lot in towards to Jacky's favor. The more rounds he wins. We did, we
Yeah, we can't let those late bloomers come in with that.
exactly.
Okay. 36 votes. It's a good subset.
Yep, I'd say so. It was pretty even too, 55 to 44%.
Yeah, very even. 65 here. Ladies and gentlemen, please smash that like button for our boy Empy taking all the time to put this together.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I love sticking with the bands. I think we're going to see probably most of that going on,
Uh,
at least on Jackie's side.
Looks like Steelers is already streaming for the tournament, so he's ready for
Oh,
whoever's
let's
next.
go.
Uh, yep. Looks like Borba's switching up the bands to Kushala and Hood, so it looks like he's gonna go for some cosmic heavy champs here.
What do you think about that call?
You know, I don't know if I'm feeling it. I'm gonna be honest. I think he's gonna start allowing that Nefaria, man, and a rank 4 Nefaria is really annoying on defense, in my opinion. I think
Hmm,
he could have banned one
interesting.
of the two, but he also is allowing
Mm-hmm.
that Okoye too, and we've been seeing how important Bullseye has been on offense or on defense in these matches. So,
Well, that's a fair point. It's a good call. But we see a lot of, yeah, and some juggernauts. That and the Nefaria, to your point.
yep. So Borba's looking at that Nefaria counter, getting a Nefaria counter, and I mean Titania can be that for him right now. So we're definitely gonna see Juggernaut, and Sentinel's a really annoying defender as well. So that's a good pickup from him. I would say this draft is fairly even, but there you go. The last round, Jacky gets Bullseye and Photon. Does Borba go for the Serpent, which Jacky doesn't really have a counter for? I mean, he has Nefaria, but it looks like, oh, he does go for
He
the
does.
Serpent. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, tough not to make that pickup on the last round.
Yeah, it really is. And
Oh.
he does have Titania for Photon here. Okay, so we're going to see Deathless Thanos first round on defense for Jacky. Let's see who Borba throws down here. We might see. Okay, he's gonna try to go for the round win here. Hmm, that is interesting. So we're gonna see Onslaught versus Serpent, which can work. It's a rank 4 Onslaught, so he's got the rank
Mm-hmm.
advantage. But Venom versus Thanos, it can be very, very fastest meta if Borba gets those buffs off it. Let's see if he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he
the
does get
onslaught's
that
a
precision.
brave call.
Really is.
Yeah.
because that definitely opens up Borba's Titania for Photon now. Doesn't really have to worry about onslaught on defense anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Not really getting the best buffs for Borba, but it's still is a bit of a safer fight than what Jacky's dealing with right now. Jacky's
Yeah,
playing it
totally
very well
agree.
though.
He is. He is. I expected it's going to speed up here.
Yep. Once he
You
gets
know, it's
that
just kind of
SP2 off.
that onslaught ramp, you know?
Yeah, Borba's not getting the buffs he's looking for. He's not getting any bleeds. If Jacky plays this
Yeah,
perfectly, man, we
crits
could
been nasty.
see him get this round. And we're about to see this SP2 go off here. Okay,
Yeah.
but Thanos is starting to melt a lot faster right now. He finally
Yeah,
got
really
those
closing
precision
it
buffs.
down the stretch for sure.
Yep. Oh
Venom
yeah.
definitely picked up there at the end.
Yep. That's where Venom is pretty
Mm.
reliable.
Yeah.
Even if you get
Jackie
bad
is
buffs,
killing this fight, though.
he's
That's
playing this
impressive
perfectly.
in
Yeah.
this meta. Absolutely.
So he's gonna throw this relic. Yeah, he's gonna take him down. It's not gonna be enough, but like Truth just said, that was a really, really, really great match and fight out of Jacky. However, Jacky still does have somewhat of an advantage here. We're looking at Bullseye and Photon on defense, and he can. I do think the most difficult thing for Jacky defensively here on Borba's side is that Korg. I think we're going to see Korg get thrown down here so that Jacky has to
Mm.
make a decision. Yep. There's the Korg, and then we're seeing that Bullseye come out of Jacky here. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
expecting us to see uh, Count Nefaria versus the Korg, and we're going to see Sentinel versus Bullseye. I
What a
really don't
wild
think.
round.
Yeah, Jacky could not use his jugs up there. He needs him for that Thanos.
Oh, man.
All right. Oh, I was not paying attention, but it looks like Jacky got a really rough
Yeah,
start.
I can't help but wonder if he had some sort of input issues there or something, the way that all shook down, because it even glitched a little bit on my end.
Did it? Okay. Well, he luckily
Yeah.
he has Count Nefaria, especially at rank 4, so he can get a lot of health back in this matchup. And Borba's fight is not the best.
That's true. I'd imagine that Borba's going to lean into that special 3 here.
Yeah, it's looking like that might be the
Probably try to
case.
re-up his health. Yeah,
If he can get to it is the question. Ooh, he
that is
tries to
fair.
throw that heavy. It does not work out for him, but he gets the second heavy off. He's getting those shocks, which
Oh,
really matter.
yeah.
This is being played very well by Borba, even though he has taken some hits. He's really playing around this node.
Yeah.
It's looking like this might be enough. Jacky just hasn't gotten that health back with Nefaria, unless
Yeah, I
something
mean, if he
really
can scrape some
catastrophic.
out at the end, absolutely.
Yeah, let's see if he throws the
Ooh,
SP1 and it's okay. Bullseye's down. They're both at roughly about the same amount of health. It looks like Borba might take this unless this SP1 heals up a lot more. It does not. Wow. That is a
so
very,
close.
very
So
unfortunate
close.
loss for Jacky there. He had that round 3 really well set up, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Borba's on the board. He's not going out without a fight. Gotta respect it. Number said unfazed moment, so that must be what happened to Nefaria there. Man, unfazed, that is one of the most annoying masteries in the game. The other night I had it was a mirror matchup, and it was Starkey versus Thanos, and my opponent had Unfazed on, and
Oh
I ended
no.
up winning, but the Unfazed made my life hell during that match. All right, let's see Borba. All right, Borba's gonna go back to banning Okoye, but he's gonna keep that Kushala ban. Interesting. Seeing all right, so we're seeing the Starkey, Photon, and Onslaught off rip for Borba with Onslaught and Serpent. The most interesting thing right now about Serpent is that arguably the two best counters for Serpent are banned. Both Kushala and Shathra are not on the board. They're not able to be used right now. So Tigra is extremely vital for both of these players to pull.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's a very good point.
So we're seeing probably, yep, Titania and Bullseye. Bullseye's a defender. Titania is going to be for Photon. And Borba gets Bullseye as well. But Bullseye's kind of an auto pick in this meta, I've noticed. And then we're going to see Borba go ahead and grab that Nick Fury. We might see Nick Fury on attack against Bullseye. He's one of the better Bullseye counters in this meta.
Oh, that's a good point.
All right, and then last round, Jacky gets that Starkey, which was absolutely massive. He needed a Bullseye counter. He does have his onslaught, but I think he'd rather use onslaught defensively if possible, or in some sort of other way. He's also actually he also might use that Starkey for Photon. Now that I look at it,
Yeah, that makes sense.
we might see Serpent placed here or Bullseye. It's kind of where I'm leaning. Yep, there's a Serpent. So
Oh, perfect.
this Tigra, man, this Tiger match, it can go very fast, and sometimes it can go very slowly or not well. Might
Yeah.
see the Pig versus Photon here. I'm a little surprised if that's the case. Okay, so he does go with Titania instead, so it looks like he wants to save
Yeah.
Starkey for Bullseye.
Smart decision.
Yep. Because he can still get this fight
Yeah.
down with Titania.
Oh, for sure. For sure. It's always just the question of intimidate, right? It's always the
Yep.
question.
See,
So,
let's see if Intimidate works for him. It's looking like
cool.
Borba's going to be just pushing straight to the SP2 for Serpent. He's getting too much
Yeah.
power, so he's going to have to send the SP2. It's going to be close to an SP3
Yeah.
for Serpent here. He
No
needs that.
cooperation from the
Ooh,
serpent.
yeah, none at all. But he finally gets that SP2 thrown out of Serpent. Jacky on the other side looks like he's playing this really well.
He is. You can count him to be smooth.
All right, let's see. The senses are getting close to falling off, and they do fall off for Borba. So he's going to have to start throwing these SP1s. Gonna get these heavies off. Another SP1 here.
Jacky's just slowly building to that special three, working his way there.
Perfect. And he's lined this up exactly how he wanted to. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see. Ooh, the striker does not connect for Borba. He gets hit by the heavy attack. This is not looking great for him, but he does get a little light intercept off. Jacky is
Ooh.
moving on the other side.
Yeah.
Absolutely cooking, but is it going to be enough? Oh, I don't know if it's going to be enough. Can he get the... Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Beautifully played by Jacky. He gets the stand-up intercept. Man, was that close.
That was wild.
And that's why Jacky went for the Titania there. That was huge. A lot of block damage, chip damage with Tigra there. And honestly, what really hurt Borba in that match was having a Sig 120 Tigra. If he had a Sig
Oof. Yeah,
200,
the senses. Yeah,
senses might not have fallen off. So we're
the
seeing Jacky
senses
with a
falling
throw
off.
round here. Jacky throws the pig
You
down, so
trying to
I'm
bait
expecting.
that fury, you think?
Yeah, I think he's gonna try to bait that Fury out. We'll see Hood versus Massacre, which can be pretty fast, but I do think Nick Fury versus Pig is gonna be. I think that's gonna be a lot faster. Fury's just so safe, man. Even if you screw up. Yeah, this might be about a 30-second fight for Borba on this side.
Yeah, I mean, Fury's just gonna be shredding
Yeah.
stuff.
And I was not looking at Jacky's screen, but it did not look like this is going exactly how he wanted it to go.
No, unfortunately, that onslaught
You have the onslaught.
did
Um,
onslaught things.
the Hood versus onslaught, man. It can get a little sketchy. Let's see. So he waits for the fate seal to fall off. The reason why Hood versus onslaught can get sketchy is he can sometimes turn off the reverse control on the SP2, and you don't know which way you need to be swiping.
Because it's only 65%.
Yep. So realistically, you
Makes
really don't
sense.
want to push onslaught to SP2 if you have that fate seal up. Um, just little fun little tidbits because this round is definitely over. And
Yeah.
next round, I think we're gonna get a mirror matchup potentially. I'm gonna be curious to see if Jacky decides to go for onslaught over Starkey. And although it's a mirror matchup, Jacky's
I mean, just having that rank 4 onslaught beef there,
yeah, man, it's
have a little more wiggle room to play with. I could see that.
gonna be tight, man. I think it's gonna be. I think onslaught's the safer bet, but Starkey is faster, just in this meta
I
at
guess we're
least.
gonna see which way he wants to go. How's he feeling in those thumbs?
Yeah. See if we get a mirror matchup. I'd love to see the mirror matchup. So, all right, definitely gonna see Starkey out of Borba here without a doubt, and let's see if Jacky
Hmm.
does the same. All right, he's sending it with the mirror. So one thing to note here is Jacky's Starkey does have about 40 sigs on Borba's Starkey, or actually
Mm.
50 sigs.
What which SIGs are they? Are they early SIGs or late SIGs?
We're looking at Jacky has a Sig 69 Starkey and Borba has a Sig 20, so that's gonna help with
Ooh,
the. And Borba
yeah,
does
those
take
are
a little
big
bit of that
SIGs.
bleed damage on the Dexes. All right, Jacky's off to a hot start, gets the intercept. They both get both intercepts off. Ooh, Borba's taking some hits on block. They're both gonna have to
Mm.
take this SP1. Ooh, the spacing was not great there out of Borba. Yep. Looking like Jacky currently has the advantage. I think we're gonna see a heavy here. Relic into heavy. Does
Yeah.
he get the crit? He does get the crit. It's looking like Jacky has this one.
Ooh. Yep.
Beautifully played out of Jacky there.
Yeah. Well done. Very well done.
You got to respect it too, man. He went for the mirror matchup when he didn't even have to.
I agree. It was the right move, and he pulled it out.
Jacky with the 3-1 underdog. Yeah, this fight is not going to Borba's favor. I do really think that the Sigs have played a big difference in this fight. Borba was not getting many crits there.
No, I think that's a very true point. Though that gap between Sig 20 and Sig 60 for Starkey is massive versus, 60 to 100 or something like that.
Exactly. Jacky is he's cooking, man. He's one win off of facing Steeler this next round.
Go.
Jacky did say it was late for him, so we'll see if he wins this, we'll see if he wants to play Steeler or if he'll move that to another night. Um, either
Hmm.
way, I'll have a tournament matchup to do after this match or the Steeler Jacky Borba match, whichever one happens. And I'll do a little bit of
I know
GC
what Mrs.
streaming.
Truth would appreciate, as I've been summoned for dinner and have to shoo them away.
She would appreciate the match another date.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, if
I
you have
guess
to
now how
run,
we do
that's
this.
all good.
Yeah, no, we'll work it out.
Yeah, we'll make
It'll
it.
be fine. Trying to get us lined up. That was more where I'm at. It's all weird.
Yeah,
Weird timing.
because you can't even like straight up watch my stream. My stream has a delay for you, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's it's a chunk of delay for sure on that
Yeah.
side.
So we're seeing Borba get that serpent. Um, Jacky does not go for the serpent counter with Tiger. I think he's going to be waiting for his. Well, actually, Kushala, yeah, Kushala's banned again, so I don't know what the plan is there. Borba does get two great counters for both of Jacky's defenders with Starkey versus Photon and Jugs versus Onslaught. We're seeing the Hood and Starkey on Jacky's side. I'm really liking Borba's draft here. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's strong. It's looking very strong.
Yeah. So
He's he's got answers for just about everything.
he does. All right, Jacky's gonna get the bullseye at the end there. Borba does take the dust. It's our first time we've seen dust, I think, taken so far, or at
Yeah.
least potentially used. I'm not sure. Okay, so Jacky's gonna go off of the bullseye and onto the pig. It's kind of an interesting choice. I think we're gonna see Borba take the photon here. So that's gonna shift his Starkey. It's gonna force his Starkey to have to take that photon. He has nobody else, from what I remember. Yeah, so let's see who Jacky places first here. We got the onslaught. I
Beautiful.
think we might see photon out of Borba here. We could potentially see gentle. I think he might want to might use gentle. Yeah, we got photon on defense here, so he's gonna
Yep.
race. This is a race here. If Borba wins this round, he's gonna win this match because Jacky's serpent counters are not great. Ooh, he goes for the Nefaria.
That was an interesting call.
Very interesting call,
Unexpected.
especially because he has to win this round.
Yeah.
All right, well, anything can happen. Jugs versus Onslaught,
True.
but
Very
see
true.
how
So
Borba does
far, you know,
this.
who's doing unfortunately.
Yep, and Jacky looks like he's already taken some hits, so
Smacked right at the beginning, man. Photon doing photon
yep.
things.
I think he's getting. I think Unphase is just absolutely cooking Jacky right now. Yeah, this fight is not exactly going how Borba, I'm sure. Actually, it's not going too bad. I say it's not looking how he's wanted to go, but I think this is a pretty reasonable score for this fight, given the health loss that's expected.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll always take a 50K versus Onslaught
Right? Especially with
any day.
Jugs.
Yeah, especially with Jugs.
Especially with Jugs. And Jacky trying to eke back some health.
Yeah. Of course, he doesn't know, but none of that matters. He's lost this round,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, we fight to the end. I've gotten less good about that.
yeah.
Another unfazed moment.
And I
Yeah,
mean,
unfazed has tripped him up.
he's doing some great
That
damage
Nefaria
now,
weakens.
but
Yeah.
definitely too little, too late. Too much damage taken. Either way, I just don't see him putting 50K up there.
No, not with that
Potentially he
matchup.
could have with Starkey, but I don't even know if he could have with Starkey.
Not worth getting rid of. I think he's was hedging. We'll see what he does in rounds 2 and 3.
Yep. I think we're just going to see the Serpent place here. I think Borba's just going to go for it. He has counters for everything else. Okay, so he's going to go for the Dust. Yep, so he's going to have Thanos for
It
Pig. I
is.
think we're going to see the Thanos versus the Pig here. He might just win this
Mhm.
round. Yeah, we're going to see Starkey here. This draft was not in favor of Jacky at all.
For sure.
But that is the risk that he's playing. You know, I don't know. I believe
Still
early
got
in
still
the
got to
draft
execute.
he had the option to take Tigra, and he didn't.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
do
that's,
think
that's a very good point.
I really think, man, with those bans that they have going right now, I would say that both of them should take Tiger whenever Tiger shows up. if Serpent's going to be in the
Yeah, serpent
rotation.
counters are a premium, basically.
Yep.
No, that makes perfect sense.
I
You got
don't
the
know if,
build up, Jacky just doing his thing.
yeah, looks like
I mean,
Jacky's
both of us are chipping along.
probably going to win this round. Yeah. 100% health.
Yeah,
Some wall bangs with
definitely.
Jacky there.
Nicely done.
Very nicely done.
Clean fight.
But Borba, he knew that this was somewhat of a throw round. Like I said,
Yeah,
I don't
he
even know if
wanted to
he
get
really
him.
needed to do that, um, to have a throw
Could have
round,
just
but
placed the serpent and gone for it.
exactly.
I catch myself doing that sometimes too. Sometimes I
Yeah.
just let it play itself out the long way.
Yep. So we're definitely going to see Serpent on defense. We might see. Oh, okay. He goes with the Photon. Actually, Juggernaut's not a terrible defender this meta because you can't stun him. So you kind of have to deal with those unblockables.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I had never even considered such a thing.
Yep. Unless you have the shock and bleed champs, of course, would shut him down. But
Yeah.
Borba didn't. So
Yeah. We'll see. I
Juggernaut might
mean,
have been.
Starkey, the crit stuff we were talking about
It ain't gonna
earlier,
happen.
Photon can get finicky.
Yep. Especially if you
He's
accidentally
gonna
stun
hope this
Photon.
serpent.
It's rough.
Yeah.
And Hood versus Serpent, if I think it works well if you have the rank advantage. He's getting a lot of power still here though.
He is. He is getting good RNG.
Yep. Looking pretty solid so far actually. And Borba, he's doing
Nice.
really well in his
Building.
fights.
Yeah.
But unfortunately Jacky over here, he's gonna start running out of charges.
Yeah, that's
See,
true.
91%. This should finish off Photon here for Borba. Very nice fight out of Borba.
Yeah, it was pretty clean.
Played it nice and safe.
I really know. I'm just been super intrigued in this hood fight this whole time. It's not one that you commonly see.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna get him all the way down to 2%, man. That's so close.
2%.
But it's
2% rigged.
it's just not gonna be enough. He gets that parry.
Oh,
All right.
the classic special two punish parry.
Yeah, that's painful. But either way, it didn't matter. That was not the draft that Jacky was
No.
looking for to close this one out. However, Jacky's still up 3-2, so his back is not against the wall, whereas Borba's is. Borba needed that round.
Yeah, gotta be good, right? You get to a good draft, good rounds. You get to
Yep.
fight some good fights.
Kind of a shift
It's
in the
almost like,
momentum.
yeah, and it was the old days when it was get to the free throw line, right? Get some free points, reset your rhythm, and
Exactly.
go get back at it.
He has a videos how to do this on the channel. Yeah, you definitely can do it. It's just as you see, Jacky's a very good hood player, and it really didn't matter.
Yeah,
You really
can show.
gotta get some insane power steal RNG for that to work. So we got a 3-2. Let's see if we can go to our first on stream game 7. I'm just waiting for it, man.
Let's go.
Then after this, we should hopefully be able to do the Steeler matchup on stream. We'll see what happens there. You still played Hood versus Serpent wrong, Rip? Yeah. It definitely wasn't played exactly how you need to play it, but Jacky, he's one of those players who I do believe he knows how to play that match. Let's see if the bands stay the same. I don't think Jacky's changed up a band this whole time. He knew exactly what he was
No,
doing going into this.
he knows exactly what he does and doesn't want over there,
Yep.
which I think is very smart.
Makes a lot of sense. As we see Borba go
Yeah,
with the same bands as well. Yelena is
yeah,
a must ban, and then if you don't have a Koye, you have to ban a Koye. And then I think there's that kind of flip Kushala where he doesn't have Kushala, so he's evening the
mhm.
playing field a bit with the Serpent counters. So we see Jacky go straight for that Tigra. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I think you read your mind on the last thing, right?
Yep,
Let's make sure that we have counters, not getting caught in that situation again.
exactly. So we're gonna see.
Borba though, free.
Yeah, Borba. He does get that gentle. Gentle is definitely a problem, but I do think Guardian should work well for that. Um,
Yeah, Guardian should do that very well.
yeah, I think we're gonna probably see Crossbones and Serpent here. Okay, not too sure what the goal with Red Skull is there. Yeah, Tiger would cook that. All right,
Mm,
there's a Serpent in Crossbones.
yeah,
That's a 6-star Nick Fury too. Oh, okay, so he's gonna try to split Tiger there. An interesting choice.
interesting.
He Okay, Jacky gets the Serpent and the Onslaught. That Serpent was massive.
Mm,
Borba passed on Tigra as well. That's another.
yeah,
It's just flipped from what happened last round.
yeah. I mean, he's got to roll with this, right?
I think he might. Yeah, he gets the reroll. That is not the reroll that Borba was looking for.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, that is a very brutal reroll there. Man. Okay. And then Jacky is going to probably take Thanos, I'd imagine. Get that. Yep. He's got
Yeah,
that Red
I
Skull
imagine
counter.
so.
So
Oof. It's not looking good. This is gonna be an uphill climb for
this is
Borba
a
here.
this is the draft look
Big
has
uphill.
absolutely flipped.
Yeah. Well,
Might
and we say draft luck, but you also called it out earlier,
It's
right? You
true.
have to know the game situation and what you're trying to do. And, with serpents running around and not a lot of counters, when you see the Tigra,
You have to. You just have to take it.
you have to take the Tigra.
Yep. So we're seeing Jacky go for Massacre on defense. I think he feels really good about where his draft's at. And man, Borba doesn't even have a good Massacre counter. He doesn't even really have a great Nick Fury counter either.
Massacre.
All right. Well, this is a 6-star Tigra. So if Borba plays this fight really safe, he still could win this round. But it all really comes down to how. Oh, yep. See, that's the problem, man. That spacing with that Serpent Heavy is dangerous. A lot of people
Yeah,
don't have that.
totally agree.
Yeah,
Actually, Miz and I were just talking about that the other day, and he gave me a really helpful tip that seems to be working,
what's that?
which was basically you have to dash out of the heavy to where it doesn't say Dex.
Mm,
Like you're basically dashing back so early that you're ahead of it, and then with the way his spacing falls, it falls in front of you. And I've hit that
gotcha.
uh, every time as I've been trying it here the last couple days.
Okay. And now we're seeing
Yeah.
Jacky had to reset his senses. They're about to fall off. Borba's taken some hits here, and he's gotten some Neuroshock damage over time. He's trying to get that willpower healing back up. Jacky's looking like he's in a really good spot to win this as long as, ooh, the triple resist out of Serpent
Ooh, but doesn't punish him.
doesn't punish. That's huge. Goes for the double dash back into the heavy. And let's see if this is. It's not going to be nearly enough. Going to be able
Yeah,
to
I
get one more
mean,
SP2 off. Let's see if
with
he
the
shuts off
rest
the
on
immortality.
it.
He's got the win if he shuts immortality off here. Yep.
Oh, he does.
Man. Yeah.
Oh, but it's an interesting move. Red Skull versus Onslaught.
Yeah. He just really didn't have many other options. He's got. I mean, maybe you could say he should have used Deathless Thanos, but I think he really needs Deathless Thanos on defense. Borba took a heavy defensive
Yeah,
draft, and I think that's going to bite him.
yeah.
Now Jacky is in a prime position.
You think
Prime
he goes
position to win
for it?
this. Yeah, so here's another situation. Does Jacky just go for it and throw Serpent down? Or does he try to kind of play around it? See. I do think
I guess
one
the
thing to
question would be, is
note
there anyone he's worried about on the other side, right?
exactly. But he has to place first here either way.
Yeah.
I do think maybe he's a little bit worried about the Terrax potentially.
Mm,
I mean, he could crossbones that. It's not the most fun. So yeah, he does go for the Nick Fury on defense.
mhm.
Yeah, he's got the tear. I think he goes for crossbones here. Yep. And now he's gonna save Thanos for onslaught round 3 or whatever Borba throws down.
Mhm. Okay.
He's getting some pretty decent Fury RNG, but he goes for the
Ooh.
light draft and it does not work. It's unfortunately one of the more dangerous things to do
Heavy
at this
roll.
state in the game.
Yeah.
It's looking like Borba's
Yep.
fight's going really
That's
well
cute.
on the other end.
Going well so far.
You know,
He seems to
as
know how to play gentle so far.
yeah. Ooh, takes a heavy there though. If he doesn't start getting this fight down a little bit faster, I just don't know how much more Crossbones can do over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the heavy counter. Looking not terrible for Jacky, but yeah, he's taking some hits on the block. He's gonna just go for it here. Gets a nice little intercept to finish it
Yeah.
off. Okay. I
Yeah, that's nice.
mean that's 75% health.
Now to your point. Now to your
Ooh, the
point.
double resist. It's over.
Oh,
Wow.
oh no.
Well, the last round was looking really rough for Borba anyways, but he still had a chance. That's a tough way to go out, man. Oh, did Jacky's
He got errored.
he got errored? All right. Well, he has that round.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. It's just as we were talking about at the beginning of the stream, right? Oh, what a mega buggy trash game.
Yeah. That's I did I to be fair, I did tell him to restart the game periodically at the start of the stream.
Yeah. Me, yeah, clearly won it. But yeah, I mean that's fair. Who were we watching earlier? Sea King, was it like every other round?
Yeah.
He was restarting his game. This is what we gotta do. This is what we gotta do.
All right. Well, I'm trying to get Jacky to back out. I don't want him to play this out. Yeah. Anybody asking? Yeah. Why that would count? He finished the fight faster than Borba, and he had more health than Borba could have even had. That is a
The reason
GG's.
is math. GG's.
Very well played by
Well
Jacky.
played, gentlemen. Well played. Yeah, Jacky just came in swinging. I mean,
He
what
really
a
did.
talk about taking your shot, right? Couple of guys get a chance to slide in. Great players get a chance to make their mark, and Jacky is making his mark.
Yep.
That was a heck of a round he played there.
He absolutely is. All right, Jacky. I'm in your chat too. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, sorry, maybe I completely forgot to focus. No worries at all, man. I was just joking. You're good, man. You don't need to restart. You shouldn't have to restart.
Amen to that. Hey, GG's, Borba.
GG's to Borba. Appreciate you
No
for
left for
hopping
no man.
in the tournament, man. Some unfortunate drafts. But I do
Yeah.
think, I do think some of that did come down to banning strategy.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I really don't think you can. I don't think you can put it all in the draft. All right, I don't know if.
No, it's such a complex equation, right? I mean, this is why really appreciate the videos you put together before, and other people have done similar things of trying to help people see the broad overview and pieces that make up BGs, because
Exactly.
it's all of it, right?
Yeah.
It's your ban, it's your draft, it's your placement, when to throw around, and then just plain execution at the end of the day. And I think we all can take note. We're all talking about light attacks. We need to be on high watch right now. The light intercepts are not working very well, and it's
Nope.
costing people rounds everywhere.
Yeah, you unfortunately right now have to play the game a lot safer, um, and not just send everything. I do think your win rate overall will be higher if you have safer matchups.
Yeah, safer matchups and approach your matchups in a safer way. We just got to be realistic. It's nice when it works, when the game works the way we think it should,
Exactly.
but the percentage of times when it doesn't is just can be crushing.
100%. Well, it looks like
It's the thing.
Jacky, he's not gonna be. It sounds like it's too late, so he doesn't want to play against Steeler right away. Um, so we're just gonna shift the stream over. I'm gonna end this stream, and then we're gonna shift over to my personal stream. I have a tournament match, quarterfinals against Audie Dave, and then we'll just play some GC to ride out the rest of the night. But yeah, that was fun, man. Both those matchups were really fun to cast today.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Sure.
Good entertainment. I'm looking forward to the continued rounds. Again, this is some buzzing entertainment we've got coming soon. Jacky moving on, bringing that energy into this game. All of these guys doing a great job.
Yep. Yeah, it's only gonna get better and better as well. Alrighty. Well, that's going to do it for this stream. Please refresh my page if you want to hang out in the next stream. I will be starting it up, just separating these two videos, basically. So, thank you again, Truth, for hopping on call, bro. Enjoy your dinner.
Cheers.
I'll
Thank you,
catch
sir.
y'all later in the next
Peace,
stream.
Jack.